Welcome to another explainer. If you've ever planned a trip to the heart of Europe, chances are you've either flown through or at least looked into Vaclav Havel Airport, Prague. Today we're unpacking exactly how this massive transit hub operates, from its impressive global logistics all the way down to its hidden historical gems.
Now, I want you to look at this massive number right off the bat, 17.8 million. That's the annual passenger volume this single transit hub manages. To put that into perspective, that is substantially larger than the entire population of the Czech Republic moving through these halls every single year. Managing that kind of flow requires some absolutely incredible precision, strategy, and layout.
Before we get too far into the weeds, let's establish what PRG actually is. Located in the Ruzene district, just 12 kilometers west of downtown, it's the largest and busiest airport in the country. It serves as this crucial strategic gateway that essentially bridges the entire world with the historic region of Bohemia and the wider Central European territory.
All right, let's kick things off with our first section, the Central European Gateway, where we'll see how they are scaling up right in the heart of Europe. We're going to start our tour from the sky to get a sense of the macro scale of its operations.
Just look at the sheer connectivity this hub achieves on a daily basis. Operating under the IATA code PRG, this isn't just some local stopover. It regularly hosts up to 80 different scheduled and seasonal airlines. Together, they create this massive web radiating out from the center of Europe, linking Prague directly to over 150 global destinations.
Moving right along to Section 2, let's look at hubs, routes, and expansion. Basically, the operational muscle of PRG.
So, the crucial question here is how they manage that massive passenger flow. Well, it's all about balance, and PRG relies on three major operating bases to do it. The largest Czech airline, Smartwings, commands its primary operations here with high-frequency and seasonal charter flights. Then you've got the volume driver, Irish ultra-low-cost carrier Ryanair. Rounding out the mix is Lufthansa's Eurowings, using PRG as a core base for premium business and leisure destinations. It's just a highly optimized balance of low-cost, charter, and premium transit.
But, the aviation landscape here has shifted recently. This next bit represents a really poignant moment in corporate evolution. The historic national flag carrier Czech Airlines, or CSA, famously used PRG as its primary home hub for over a century. However, under recent corporate reorganization, the brand structurally ceased operations, completely passing its operational torch to its parent company, Smartwings. It's a classic example of a legacy brand stepping aside for the modern era.
But listen to this, PRG's ambitions go well beyond just short European hops. They've executed a highly successful long-haul pivot. Instead of just connecting Europe, they're actively bridging the continent with Asia and the Middle East. We're talking major intercontinental routes from giants like Qatar Airways out of Doha, Emirates from Dubai, and Korean Air from Seoul, alongside some massive expansions linking Prague directly to Taipei.
And you know what? That aggressive expansion absolutely paid off. It's fascinating how they actually beat out major regional competition to claim the top overall title at the prestigious Routes Europe Awards. The aviation industry specifically recognized them for launching dozens of new routes and rapidly restoring passenger volumes way beyond pre-pandemic levels. It's a true testament to some seriously sharp commercial growth management.
Okay, zooming down from the sky now for Section 3, navigating the Schengen split, focusing on architectural flow and border optimization.
So, if you've ever walked through the airport, you might have noticed a very specific architectural division. Terminal 1 is dedicated entirely to non-Schengen international flights, so think places like the UK, North America, Asia, and the Middle East. Terminal 2, on the flip side, handles all intra-European Schengen zone flights. Next time you fly in from Dubai, this architectural split, which is seamlessly linked by a central passenger building, is exactly why you'll never cross paths with a passenger landing from Paris. It completely optimizes European border checkpoints and minimizes confusion.
Let's pivot a bit for Section 4 and dive into the hidden history and legacy of Ruzenia.
This place isn't just modern glass and steel. It has some seriously deep roots. It originally opened way back in 1937 as Prague Ruzenia Airport. But in 2012, it took on a totally new identity. It was officially renamed to honor Vaclav Havel, the visionary playwright, human rights activist, and the first president of the Czech Republic following the Velvet Revolution. Today, it stands as an award-winning hub, beautifully blending that deep heritage with modern commercial growth.
And speaking of 1937, we absolutely have to talk about Terminal 4. It's the original 1937 building and an officially protected monument of global functionalist architecture. You might actually find this kind of funny, but everyday travelers can't use the coolest, most historic building on the property. It's completely closed to the general public, preserved exclusively for VIP operations, state visits from government officials, and private jet charters.
But hey, even without access to Terminal 4, the modern traveler is treated incredibly well in Terminals 1 and 2. Beyond the large, dedicated relaxation zones and interactive children's play areas, they've actually built a unique airport museum right inside Terminal 2, detailing 90 years of Czech aviation. There's even a viewing terrace for aviation enthusiasts to photograph aircraft landing against the beautiful Bohemian countryside. It genuinely turns a normally stressful layover into a pretty engaging experience.
For our fifth and final stop today, beyond the tarmac, we're looking at ecology, infrastructure, and transit. Let's examine how passengers actually leave the airport.
Let's look at their corporate sustainability mission. Notice the really striking juxtaposition here. You've got massive jets roaring overhead, while microscopic biological filters quietly work to achieve net zero operational carbon goals. They use this advanced passive eco-filtering system across the tarmac boundaries. It captures runway runoff water, screens it naturally through biological filters, and ensures a clean release beyond the airport perimeter. It's a brilliant example of hidden green infrastructure.
To handle those 17.8 million passengers we mentioned earlier, the airport currently relies on 2 active runways, with a primary strip measuring a massive 3,715 meters. But looking ahead, they aren't stopping there. They have active plans underway for a new parallel runway system. Expanding this physical footprint is absolutely vital to scale capacity for the future.
Ending exactly where a passenger's journey naturally ends, we have to talk about the ground transit, which is exceptionally organized. You can hop on the Airport Express bus straight to the Prague main railway station, catch a local bus right to the Green Line A metro, or grab a rideshare from dedicated lanes right outside arrivals. It's an optimized, affordable, and seamless transition straight into the historic Old Town.
I want to leave you with this provocative thought as we wrap up our explainer today. As PRG scales up with a new parallel runway, it begs a much bigger question. How will the transit hubs of tomorrow balance aggressive global expansion with local heritage and green ecology? It's a challenging tightrope for sure, but Prague is laying the groundwork to do exactly that. Thanks so much for joining us for this look into Václav Havel Airport. Keep exploring, and we'll catch you next time.